in her career this season. If it doesn't happen, voters, I'm hunting you
We're gonna
down.
riot. We're gonna riot.
I'm coming for you. Don't do that to Katie Stewart, who's about to pop on with us here on Good Morning Softball America. Katie, congratulations on the SEC tournament and everything for the NCAA tournament. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Thriving.
Oh my goodness, Katie! First and foremost, congratulations on all your success thus far this season. I want to ask you right now, what does this feel like? This team? I know you've gone through your ups and downs, but after winning the SEC tournament title, what are you feeling right now?
First off, thank you. But just as a team as a whole, I think we're on the right track. I think we're starting to have all our gears firing at the same time and starting to figure things out. And so I really like how we finished the SEC tournament with how our performance was in the circle, in the box, on the field. And so I think we're stepped in the right direction for postseason, like regionals, supers, and beyond.
Does it feel a lot like last year? I know much was made about kind of the tough stretch at the end of the regular season a season ago and losing to A&M the way you did in the SEC tournament and then going on the run all the way to the national championship. You finished the regular season this year with a tough home series loss to Arkansas, and then you go on this run in Lexington. Is there a familiar vibe in the dugout and the locker room right now that you can draw upon from what you did last year going into the NCAA tournament this year?
Yeah, going into the championship game for the SEC tournament, we kind of just all came back from experience of like that title game at the World Series. And so just falling back on like what our mindset was and what we were feeling just to kind of get the freshmen and the new people kind of on that same path and just understanding like what it took and what it's going to take for us to have the stretch we want. And so just the vibes, I think the dugout are there. Nobody's really down on themselves or on the team. So we all just still have faith in each other and faith that we could still attain our goal of like where we want to be since the start of the season.
And Katie, you've broken a lot of windows. I don't know if you've broken them, but it looks like you hit them a lot, and a lot of bricks out there. Do they send you a bill for that, or do they come over and they bring the ball back? Did when you were building it? I remember when I was there and they were building this, and I was thinking to myself, that's way too close. Is it fun at practice to try and hit those windows?
No, yeah, our director of ops, like always at practice after like a window or something, she'll be like, "There's another bill for you," but that's just
they're
not
making
me.
you pay.
No, it's just kind of a running joke at this point because she'll tell the people over in like athletics department, like, "Hey, another complaint or like another bill is going to come your way," and so just get it beforehand. But it always is really fun during batting practice just to try to aim for the building, like Reese, Hannah, like everybody trying to just see like who can have the best day, who can hit the building.
Incredible.
You need to get like a mark. Like you need to be able to mark how high up.
Like as children grow in a house.
Yeah. You need a forklift. And what if Coach White had like a spray paint and was like going up on the forklift and marking work? That would be awesome.
I saw somebody on Twitter like made an AI or some kind of edited thing with like a target out there. But I don't know how that would work with the windows and all that.
It's fine. People living in student housing, you now have homework to do over the summer, which is to look for the dents and mark them with spray paint. Right, Katie, right. I want to ask you about winning SEC Player of the Year. This is an award that has gone to a lot of phenomenal players in the history of the conference. Some of the biggest names who had some of the most phenomenal seasons that the league has ever seen. And now you're a part of that. What was your reaction when, I'm sure it was Grace or Coach White or somebody told you that you had received that honor here this year?
It was just such an insane feeling, like just me in preseason versus now. Like I never would have imagined winning that. And so just to have that come true. And so for little Katie to see how far I've come, that's just insane to me. I don't think it still hasn't really hit. And so just to have the reaction of my teammates and my family, just to receive this, it's just so cool. And then just to be in the same area as other people in the past, like Brie Ellis and everybody else, like it's just such an honor to have received it.
And Katie, I want to ask you about the beginning of the year to now, what has been the difference in your approach? Is it your approach at the plate? Is it what you're hunting, discipline? What do you think has been the biggest change from last year to this year?
I think just not missing my pitch. I think when I'm on, I'm really good at being able to drive the mistakes. And so that's something in the past that was kind of the difference maker was that I'd miss my pitch. And so I feel like this year I've really done well with that as well as being better with pitch selection, not really chasing outside of my zone too much. And so I think those two things have really contributed to the year I've had.
The Austin Regional features Wisconsin, Baylor, and Wagner. We're just breaking it down. I know that is the focus for you and your teammates. However, the chat is wondering, and so am I, when the rest of the bracket went up and you saw that it could potentially be another showdown with A&M in supers after a great series this year and an epic super a couple years ago. What was kind of the mindset for you and your teammates seeing the path that's before you to try and repeat as national champions?
Just knowing that we've already played a series against them this year. And so we both kind of know what each other has for like pitching, hitting, all that. And so it's really just going to be who shows out and who wants the most in the series. And even the past, like it's always drama filled. And so just really playing into the crowd and playing with each other, just making sure that we all are locked in for one goal and just hungry to beat them.
And last one for me, what is one thing that people don't know about Coach Mike White that they should know?
I don't know. He's sweeter than he kind of puts on sometimes. Like during the Alabama game, there was a few little hiccups I had. And so most people would think like based on his personality or what they see on TV that he'd be really hard and like mad about it. But if anything, he was very like supportive and just was saying like, don't do too much. Don't try to be the hero. Like we know you're going to come through. And so stop putting so much pressure on yourself and just feel more relaxed. Like you look like you're pressing. And so just knowing him, like he is very supportive. And so Coach White's just a sweetheart.
I love that. I thought it was really interesting watching the SEC Inside that they did after the Oklahoma series and the way that he communicated with you and your teammates, and at least in the footage that we saw after each and every game and during practice. What do you think makes him such a good communicator and someone who senses the right way to talk to you and your teammates? Because it would be very easy after a loss to get negative and to yell and say, this is what we did wrong. And I think back to the second game against Oklahoma, and that wasn't the way that he approached you and your teammates. What helps him do that so well?
He always tells us like after a loss or something, like we're not losing for learning. And so unless something's just really wrong, like he kind of approaches it as just like trying to teach us like to learn a lesson from whatever happened that game. And so his approach in like our post-game meetings is really just to lay out what he saw. But if he does get like heated, it's just because we weren't like as locked in as we should have been. And so he finds like a fine line of like, yes, he's going to coach us hard, but he is going to resonate and make sure like we understand like where we can improve and like how to resonate with us.
And I know they said last one, but I've got one more. What is it like to hit alongside Reese Atwood, and what has it been like to be on the team with Reese?
To hit along Reese these last 3 years, she's just really taught me how to push myself and want to be better every day. Just watching how hard she works in the cages and during BP and how in tune with her swing she is, even when she's not like feeling her best. Like she's always working to feel better and to just help the team however she can. And so just to have her presence and to learn from her these last 3 years has been everything. And just it's been really cool and really fun.
Man, Katie Stewart, your SEC Player of the Year, joining us in Good Morning Softball America. Katie, I don't know if you missed all of what I said when we brought you on, but I'm such a big fan. I think you've done phenomenally this year. I remember in Tuscaloosa when Kaylee Town and I were on the TV side and we were watching film together, and we just looked at each other like, dadgum, this kid's swing is incredible. And you have backed it up with the way that you've played this year. Thank you so much for taking the time to hop on with us, and best of luck in the title pursuit. Looking to do it again for Texas.
Thank you.
Katie Stewart joining us on Good Morning softball